Ma Seok-do is the strongest man in Korea, and rumor has it that he can kill with a single punch. As a criminal police officer, he has an extraordinary ability to solve crimes and a firm sense of justice. One day, the police receive a report that a young woman has jumped to her death from a hotel. The jumping incident was closely related to a drug case involving a Japanese gangster. Through the surveillance video, the police found that the woman entered the hotel with a man who is a member of the Japanese Yakuza. Forensic results showed that the woman did not commit suicide by jumping off the building, but was pushed down the stairs after overdosing on a new type of drug that killed her. Knowing this key clue, Ma Seok-do decided to investigate personally. He went to the nightclub where the woman used to go before her death and found two suspicious characters. Just as he is about to dig deeper, a man tries to stop him, only to be knocked out by Ma Seok-do's punch. Ma Seok-do then finds the nightclub owner for interrogation. The owner is initially uncooperative and even tries to confront him, but he is overpowered by Ma Seok-do and brought back to the police station. At the police station, Ma Seok-do's strong-armed interrogation leads him to learn that a man named Hiroshi is involved in the drug case, and that Hiroshi is a henchman of a Japanese gangster named Tomo, who often frequents the bar. Ma Seok-do and his colleagues split up into two teams to launch the operation. He leads a team to a bar frequented by Hiroshi and is stopped by a security guard, who is easily knocked down by Ma Seok-do. He finds some drugs in the bar and learns from the owner that the drugs come from the Japanese Yakuza. Meanwhile, Ma Seok-do's colleague also finds Hiroshi. However, on their way back, they are attacked by a group of masked men armed with iron bars, who take 20 kilograms of drugs, and Hiroshi is killed by them in the confusion and thrown into the sea. The attackers prove to be gang leader Honam's men, who had installed surveillance on Hiroshi long ago. Honam is furious when he learns of the near loss of the drugs and slaps Tomo furiously, berating him for not handling the operation properly. Honam decides to sell the drugs quickly and makes a deal with a Chinese buyer, agreeing to deliver the drugs 2 days later. Meanwhile, Ma Seok-do visits his injured colleague in the hospital and learns that a missing narc sidearm was found in Kwon-chi's house. Sensing something fishy, Ma Seok-do goes to the narcotics squad to investigate, but is surprised to find out that Honam is the head of the narcotics squad. Honam is very indifferent and is unwilling to disclose any information. Before leaving, Ma Seok-do inadvertently mentions the missing narcotics officers, and Honam's expression is subtly nervous, and his subordinates even hastily interrupt to cover up. Ma Seok-do is even more certain that Honam has a problem. Afterwards, Ma Seok-do and his colleagues came to the second-hand car market and found a hooligan called Fatty. Fatty not only runs a used car business, but also opens a bar and claims to be a boxer. He tries to challenge Ma Seok-do's authority, but is quickly and easily subdued. During interrogation, Fatty reveals that Tomo frequents his nightclub. Ma Seok-do goes to the nightclub to investigate, but Tomo is no longer there. It turns out that Tomo is at the hotel at the moment loading up drugs and preparing to make a private escape. He tries to smuggle the drugs and betray Honam. The Japanese gangsters send their assassin Lee-chi after Tomo. When Lee-chi finds Tomo, Tomo claims that he was coerced by Honam to betray him and pleads with Lee-chi to let him live. Meanwhile, Honam is in the middle of a drug deal with another party, which is stalled due to Tomo's delayed arrival. When Honam receives a call from Tomo and learns that the Japanese gangsters have sent men after Tomo, he has no choice but to terminate the deal for the time being. When Lee-chi leaves with Tomo, Ma Seok-do arrives and a confrontation ensues. Tomo's henchman tries to resist but is slapped away by Ma Seok-do. At that moment, Lee-chi drives his car into Ma Seok-do, who is injured and can only watch as they take Tomo away. At the beach, Lee-chi tortures Tomo to find out the whereabouts of the drugs, but Tomo refuses to talk and is stabbed to death by Lee-chi. The next day, Honam discovers Tomo's body and is furious. He searches Tomo's company with his men, but still cannot find the drugs. At this time, Lee-chi's men arrive and a fierce gun battle breaks out. Ma Seok-do then arrives at Tomo's company and manages to find the drugs. He uses the drugs to lure Honam into appearing, but Honam reveals the information to the assassin Lee-chi. To Ma Seok-do's surprise, it is Lee-chi who comes to make a deal with him. The two engage in a fierce fight, and eventually Ma Seok-do defeats Lee-chi. At that moment, Honam snatches the real drugs from his colleague's car. Ma Seok-do tracks Honam to his office, and they have a final duel. In the end, Ma Seok-do successfully subdues Honam and solves the drug case.